Have you ever wondered why some people seem naturally confident while others constantly doubt themselves? What if I told you that confidence, ISNT, something you're born with it, S is something you develop quietly every single day. Today, we're uncovering the psychology behind self-worth and confidence, and how understanding it can change the way you see yourself. Let's start with the basics. Self-worth is how you value yourself. It's not about achievements, looks, or what others think of you. Confidence, on the other hand, is how you act on that value. When your self-worth is solid, your confidence naturally follows. But most of us confuse the two. We chase external validation, thinking it will make us feel worthy, but it rarely works. Think about someone you know who constantly seeks praise. They might be talented, smart, or successful, yet they still feel insecure. Why? Because their self-worth depends on others' approval. Their confidence is fragile, tied to external feedback instead of internal belief. Reflection prompt. Ask yourself how much of your confidence depends on what others think. Now, here's an important insight. Your self-worth is formed early through experiences, feedback, and even subtle messages from family or peers. But the good news is, it can change. The brain is adaptable. You can build self-worth consciously, just like you can train a muscle. Example 1. Imagine a child repeatedly told they're not good enough at school. They carry that belief into adulthood unless they actively challenge it. Example 2. Someone praised for effort rather than talent develops resilience and internal confidence. See the difference? Effort-focused praise strengthens self-worth. Outcome-focused praise can weaken it. Actionable tip 1. Today, notice how you talk to yourself. Replace negative self-judgments with neutral or supportive statements. For instance, instead of saying, "I always fail," try, "I'm learning and improving." Another key factor in confidence is comparison. The human brain naturally compares, but constant comparison steals self. Social media amplifies this, showing curated highlights of other people's lives. Example: scrolling through feeds. You see friends achieving milestones and feel inadequate. But remember, what you see is a filtered reality. You rarely see the struggle behind the scenes. Reflection prompt. Next time you feel envy or inadequacy, ask yourself, what part of this is real? And what part is perception? Actionable tip 2. Limit exposure to comparison triggers. Replace 10 minutes of social media scrolling with reflection, journaling, or a small productive task. Small changes like this strengthen your internal sense of worth. Micro recap. Self-worth comes from within, not from external validation. Confidence follows naturally when your inner foundation is strong. Let's talk about habits that damage confidence. One of the biggest culprits is perfectionism. When you set unrealistically high standards, every minor slip feels like failure. Your self-worth starts to wobble. Example 4. At work, you might delay submitting a project because it's not perfect, or in personal life, you hesitate to speak up, fearing judgment. These small patterns erode confidence slowly but surely. Reflection prompt. Notice one area in your life where perfectionism holds you back. Actionable tip 3. Set small, achievable goals today and celebrate completing them, even if they aren't perfect. Progress is more powerful than perfection. Emotional self-compassion is another secret. People with strong self-worth treat themselves kindly when things go wrong. They don't berate themselves. They reflect, learn, and move on. Example 5. If you miss a deadline, instead of thinking, "I'm terrible," try, "I can adjust and improve next time." This small shift preserves confidence and reinforces your self-worth. Reflection prompt. How do you treat yourself when you fail? Could you be kinder? Confidence also grows through action. Doing something, even if you don't feel ready, teaches your brain that you are capable. Acting reinforces self-worth because it proves to yourself that you can handle challenges. Example 6. Speaking up in a meeting, trying a new skill, or setting a boundary in a relationship. Each small step builds your inner belief. Actionable tip 4. Identify one small action today that scares you slightly and do it. Notice how it shifts your self-perception. Another insight. Body language affects confidence. Standing tall, making eye contact, and speaking clearly sends signals to your brain and to others that you value yourself. These physical cues reinforce self-worth internally. Reflection prompt. Notice your posture and tone in the next conversation. How does it affect your confidence? Actionable tip 5. Practice one power pose or confident gesture for 2 minutes today. Feel how your brain responds. Micro recap. Self-worth grows through mindful self-talk, compassionate reflection, small achievements, and confident action. Confidence follows. Let's address setbacks. Even highly confident people face rejection, failure, or criticism. The difference is how they interpret these events. They see challenges as learning opportunities rather than proof of inadequacy. Example 7. A friend who gets rejected for a job might reflect, "This wasn't a reflection of my value." It's a mismatch in timing or context. This mindset protects self-reflection prompt. How do you interpret setbacks? Are they attacks on your value or lessons for growth? Here's a small internal exercise. Each night, write down 3 things you did today that reflect your competence, kindness, or resilience. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to notice your worth independently of external validation. Final thoughts. Your self-worth is not determined by achievements, approval, or social comparisons. It lives within you. Confidence is the action of that self-worth in the world. Treat yourself kindly. Act intentionally and celebrate small wins. The stronger your foundation, the more resilient and authentic your confidence becomes. Call to action. Today, pause and reflect. What is one action you can take to honor yourself? Start small. Build it daily. And in our next video, we'll explore how your mind secretly influences every decision you make, often without your awareness.